welcome to day 3 of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. We are now on match 14 of a possible 21 here in Chicago. It's another Scotch doubles match, and I'm going to introduce the players to you now. From Europe, please give a big hand for Diana Kodzieva and Christian Kvikla. For the USA team, please give a big hand for Serena Black and Ryan Ponton. Now over to Mark Wilson and Sam Depp in the commentary box.
You're live.
Welcome, pool fans across the world. This is the Atlantic Challenge Cup. My name is Mark Wilson. Tonight our special guest is the director of the Billiards Education Foundation, Sam Dieppe. Hello, Sam, and let us have thoughts about this match.
Hello, Mark. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be in the box with you. Well, we're really looking forward to seeing the U.S. pick up some steam here, and their backs are against the wall, but you know, I have faith in these guys. We've got a great group this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing some more good pool. Ryan demonstrated some great pool in his singles match earlier.
He sure did, and he opens up by winning the lag, which kind of sets the tone that we are still here. We're here to play. Winning the lag, they just have to win each shot, you know, make each ball, and then work into winning a game and then a set, and ultimately mount some sort of a comeback.
Absolutely.
You cannot win the entire match on any one stroke, so it just comes ball by ball. Serena Black has yet to perform her very best pool, but these two will be a likely candidate to create the spark Team USA needs to reassert themselves in this match.
I heard someone make a comment earlier that the girls' Scotch doubles played better than the guys together yesterday. That's kind of funny.
Well, it's been a very high standard of play. I mean, Diana Kodzieva has played very well. Have not got to see a lot of Christian Kvikla thus far.
It's you know, for anyone out there that has never played Scotch doubles before, it's an interesting but fun dynamic. I love playing Scotch doubles, and you know, especially in a setting like this, you really have to set as high of a standard and be as demanding with, you know, specific with where you want your opponent to leave you as you would for yourself.
The other thing is you can't get out of your game and try to help your opponent. You have to play the shot the right way. You can't try to work them closer and then cause misses.
Yeah.
Serena breaks, makes a ball, but it's going to be an illegal break, Sam. Only one ball went across the head string. The 9 balls racked on the spot. This is an alternate break format. What the illegal break means is that Team Europe will get to come to the table with an option. They can play from here or pass the shot back.
So now, Mark, if they decide to pass the shot back and then U.S. decides to play a push-out, it could potentially sort of be like two push-outs back-to-back.
Yeah.
Has that happened yet?
It has not. Yeah, that wasn't a bad opening play.
No.
Now, tricky to get on the 3. Kind of a delicate spot. If you try to drag the cue ball up past the 6, it would be easy to go too far.
I think she hit that one a little thicker than she would have liked.
Well, Kvikla jacks up. He's going to try to spike it just past the 6, it looks like. No, he just played a stop shot. Okay.
Well, that's pretty smart.
It is, because she can just make a stop shot safety here and use the 7 ball if she wants, or she can go all the way up in the corner with the 3 ball.
Guarantees she can have a look at it. Just like you called it.
Yeah, very heady play there. No reason to make an unforced error, because unforced errors is what dictates the outcome of these games. Both sets of players can pocket balls from everywhere on the table, but it's the turning over the table and letting control get away. This provided Europe with maximum control and forces the U.S. to try to generate some offense from nothing. Nice hit there by Ryan.
Absolutely. I've been really impressed with Ryan's game. I have not had a chance to watch him play much before this week. Him and Ricky both have really been impressed with. The little that I've had to watch.
Yeah, you've been pretty busy, I know, getting ready for the juniors and the billiards trade show or billiards summit. A lot going on here.
Busy week.
You know, another dynamic that exists here is that the European players get to meet our junior players, and these in some cases will be lifelong friendships found just in this one few days period.
Very true. Win or lose.
I prefer to think that everybody wins here because the sport is really growing from it, and both sides get to see what needs to be done to become more formidable.
Well said.
And see this little pattern here, how they've worked it out. And this is the hallmark of what European juniors pool has been. They just stay out of trouble. They don't do anything fancy. They just get to the right position, and it's the hallmark of why they're just a little bit more consistent thus far than the American players have been.
Very simple game, yes.
Compact swings and then high percentage plays. Drift the cue ball just past the 9. Diana, with her body language around the table, reminds me so much of Jasmine Ocean because she's real pop, bouncy, and then a great player, great talent.
And pretty fast paced.
Right, very much so. Speaking of which, we are using a 35-second shot clock. Probably won't come into effect much for the European team in this match.
So it's still 35 seconds even with the Scotch doubles?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, each team gets one extension per rack. 60 seconds the first shot after the break.
What are your thoughts on coaching during Scotch doubles? Because every time I've ever played it, there's been no coaching.
I will explain it like this. With the Mosconi Cup team, I encourage them to not do it. And the reason is because they don't play like that. And you're both pros. Play the shot the way you would. If you get a little out of line, your partner is a pro. He's supposed to make it. Don't try to help him. Play your game,
Right.
And because, it looks so childish. It looks like two league amateurs trying to figure out if they should play a stop shot. And that's not, they play a fine on their own. They play those shots every single day of their life. So,
right.
But somehow it brings out this, like, should I go over here? You want me to get here? And you're trying to help your partner. And it really diminishes any kind of flow or momentum and jumbles it up and gets you out of rhythm and timing. And so I discourage it.
So what do you think is the proper use of they are allowed to coach technically and talk to each other?
Maybe on a push out or some real abstract, should I, some really hideous circumstance where a bank or a safe, but probably about 1/10 of the time that they do it. Well, here we go. Look at Gorjova, and she is breaking from the complete opposite side of the table that everyone else has all week. And she'll let the cue ball drift away a little bit. So Team USA comes with a little spunk in their step, but the 2 and the 4 are tied up real awkwardly here, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take some pretty good billiards play, make something happen from here. One of the considerations would be, should we play position to play a safety? Should we play the safety right now? Team Europe's on 1 foul. The main thing is just don't tie yourself up and get yourself where you got to break them open.
Well, what do you think about going for a 3 foul here, Mark?
It could. It's but there's nothing easy safety-wise. I suppose she could put the 1 ball all the way down table and try to bank it just up to the 3 and 9 and use the 5 ball, maybe trickle the cue ball up.
Mm-hmm. She's awfully straight.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
I don't even know what's the next shot going to be.
Oof, flirted with that ball. I did not.
That was a shot to nothing. No, because there's now you just got to play safe from long range is all.
Right.
Looks like Ryan's going to use some draw and try to drag it to the other side of the table. This is going to be delicate to control both balls, and he did so.
He hit that very.
Boy, that deserves a
very
round of
well.
applause. That was not easy.
Not at all. Ryan's a smart player.
Yeah, seems like a very pleasant kid, too. He's from Illinois as well. And they're going to use their extension right here. As you hear the beep in the background, indicating that their shot clock was down to 10 seconds. Well, he hit quite a few balls, but it's going to work out just fine. Serena's going to try to go past the 4 and hit the 2.
Oh.
Could back cut the 2 on the 7, possibly make a ball here.
Great. Keep going,
That's
cue
a good
ball.
shot, yeah.
That's a great shot.
Sam, do you ever get to play pool anymore? Not too much?
Not too often.
Is that the product of having like 3 full-time jobs and 2 kids?
You could say that.
I mean, Mark counts as a kid, right?
That's exactly right.
Mark is her husband, pro player.
Nice touch.
Yeah. Ryan's playing a pretty heady game here, like you suggested. Smart player. Try to keep the pressure on.
What do you think the percentage of illegal breaks has been this
I think
tournament
it's
so far?
been, real close to 50%.
It
Just
does
because
seem like that.
it's improved today. It was over 50% coming into the day. Nice hit. This is going to work out.
Yes. Well,
That's not what the American team needed there. Maybe not. Maybe they do have enough room.
I think it might be a tiny little.
No, I can see now. To answer your question further, I always hate it because if new people are watching and they have any suspicion about pool players, and then the very first shot of the match says illegal shot, they're like, oh, these pool players are already doing stuff illegal. It's like, call it anything but that.
Give it a different name, huh, Mark?
Well, they're discussing what type of a defensive play to make here. This is interesting. This is one of these where nothing is certain. Well, that's not what you want to happen,
No,
but
but
it looks
I
like
think
it's
he's
going
going to get it. Well, nope. That was a Hail Mary.
Yeah. Shot clock was winding
That's
down.
right. Don't want to waste your extension. Clock is ticking.
Right. The 9-ball does count on the break, but it's been seldom made. I've only seen it
Just
happen one time. Yeah.
Oh, he's going for a corner bogey?
Yeah, he wants to play the combination 3-9 next. Good shot. Good shot. Yeah, this is what he felt like was best scoring opportunity was here.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the 3-9 does line up quite well. Team USA figures to make this, needs to make this.
If they haven't used an extension, this might be a good time.
And good job there.
Good job.
Nice shot. 1-1 is our score. Mark Wilson, Sam Dieppe here with you. That's a little burst of confidence, too. Seems to reinvigorate the life on Team USA over there. Sometimes I've looked over and they didn't seem quite as composed as they do now.
Are we sitting under some sort of wind chamber?
Yes, this is to keep you awake. If it gets to be tedious in here, we have some chilling breeze come through here. Every once in a while behind us there will be something that sounds like a train, so don't be alarmed.
Thank you. Thanks for the warning.
Anyone can broadcast in perfect settings, Sam. To be a pro, you got to be able to do it with a lot of adversity.
Thank you.
Okay, Ryan Pontiac. No, where's he from? Bradley, Illinois, which is near Chicago, where we're located.
He's a smart kid too. He's in college right now. He's actually one of the first kids to reach out to me to get nominated. That worked out.
That's an admirable quality, too. Naturally, that fits right in with the Billiards Education Foundation agenda. Get kids diplomas. That's what I'm all about as well.
Mm-hmm.
Pool's a nice vehicle. All right, here's another look at Serena Black.
She has a very square stance, huh?
She does, yeah. She's kind of switched to a snooker
very
style.
Snookery,
yeah.
Right.
The topspin arced the cue ball away from the two ball. Ryan's going to have to be a good shot maker here. The good news is the position is relatively easy to get to if you just use topspin and some speed control. Bridging over the side pocket, not an easy shot to make. Head stays still. That was a nice hit. Very clean.
Very nice. Nice and smooth.
One thing I will say is that Ryan's firepower displayed on that shot and a couple others will certainly help engender some confidence for Serena.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to have a partner that can make balls.
Oh, nice. Way to get back in line here. I like the way they're communicating with each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this will be a tremendous growing experience for everyone. Cue ball frees itself from the side cushion, falls on about the right angle for the 5. One thing I found interesting is that listed on most of the European teams' likes and dislikes and future hopes, that they all had pro pool player written down. That was very warming.
For the Europeans, you're saying?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This one says "and doctor," though.
No, a lot of them did. Yeah, had some super high aspirations plus pro pool player listed. Well, Serena's going to test her man here. She refuses to get the cue ball near the object ball. Looks like Ryan will have to go a little low and maybe left English on this to get it back far enough to get the 7 comfortably. That means this is going to be a pretty good challenge. Head still.
Oh, wow.
Head stayed
What
still.
a hero.
Yeah. Really, really good. Now, this is a shot you don't want to come up short on. If you go too far, it plays
far is
okay.
Absolutely better than too short, for sure. .50-yard line.
Well, Ryan, you're just going to have to be a shot maker, it appears.
Oh, opting to play this in the corner. Okay.
Once again, his head has remained very, very still on all these testy shots that oftentimes you see people kind of lunge at.
Yikes.
Whoa! That was a big shot.
Way to keep it interesting there.
It was that hard, though. I mean, it was not an easy shot at all, but he needed to shoot because there's no sense of fooling around. You got a chance to cash it in. And he did just so, put the Americans in the lead, 2-1.
Right.
Europeans seem less than impressed. But those on the other side are delighted.
No, I think he did the right. I mean, that's definitely one of those shots where you're more inclined to undercut.
Great point. Yeah, that would be he was going to miss it. It would have been missed on the pro side, you know. And perfect speed, maximize the pocket.
But you're right. She is testing his ball pocketing.
Yeah. But sometimes that also helps you a little bit, that you're just going to have to let your shaft out and just play and not worry about it, you know.
Sometimes sometimes Scotch doubles brings out your best game. It's one thing to let yourself down, but, you know, when you're playing with your partner.
Christian Svikla to break. Found a small gap there. Yeah, Ryan finished off that rack with 3 great shots. Very professional.
I like his composure, too, at the table. Very mature.
Mm-hmm. You have to remember, these kids, you know, are filled with talent but short on experience, and this is how you get experience. You have to get in here and get bruised and battered to pick that up. It just doesn't happen because you thought about it. Okay, Christian Svikla to break, opting to go from the side that most players have broke from. 4 balls the wing ball, 1 on the side. Going to be a legal break. 2 balls going to check up pretty nice. What kind of a shot does he leave for Diana?
I think it looks promising. I was asking Jeanette about that break, why everybody's been cut breaking. She said that it kind of favors the balls spreading a little bit more past that head string.
Well, with the 9 ball being racked on the spot also, it puts the 1 ball into the side pocket, and it still gives you a chance to make the wing ball by cut breaking, but it also diminishes the distribution of the balls. I just remembered something here, Sam. I'm supposed to be doing this, which is keeping score in our booth. For those that can't see.
It's hard to remember everything when your brain is frozen.
We do not allow excuses here. It's full responsibility and accountability, Sam.
You're right.
Safety play. Tried to peel the cue ball underneath the
Very
floor.
nice.
Trickle it up. That means it's going to be a 2-cushion hit minimum. This is really hideous. Yeah, this is bad enough that I'm not saying you shouldn't go for the hit, but you might give at least a pause to maybe tie up some balls and just take an intentional foul, because it's not likely to come out of this. Even if you hit it, a lot of times you're going to lose the game anyway.
Oh, and you're using an extension here too. That's tough.
Yeah, I don't really disapprove of the extension here, because this is probably going to be the shot that has a great likelihood of dictating the outcome of this rack. There's no sense hoarding the extension for a later time. You might not even get to use it anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Had he not been hopping, he had the arc.
Right over.
And the reason it jumped, he had to hit down and so low and maybe overhit it a little bit, so it was hopping, but he needed some backspin to arc the cue ball. Now, our referee, Ricky Bryant, I don't know what happened here. They might have applied the timeout to Europe or something. I think that's what the discussion is. He's having them switch that. Europe still has their extension. And this is one of these open layouts that the Europeans have really performed better at than we did when we had ball in hand. A number of times I've seen Team USA get 1 or 2 balls with ball in hand on an open layout, and that's just unacceptable, or you will preclude yourself from winning matches by doing that.
That opening shot is so critical. Sets the tone for the whole run out.
Right.
A lot of players think, they get out of line and they miss that shot, and they think that's the shot that they messed up on, but the mistake actually occurred much earlier.
Very good point. Cue ball drifts out, just enough angle to easily transfer to the 7.
Nice and close to his work.
Yep. Confident stroke there.
Mm-hmm.
Kojeva goes over, looks. This looks like she wants to play a 2-cushion position. I think she might use just a little bit of high and right-hand English. And 2 cushions, the cue ball will go right off the rail towards the 8. She took no chance with the speed there, though.
Mm-hmm. So make sure you make it.
Well, she saw Serena test her partner. She wants her man to feel just as good about his game.
Just as useful.
Yes. Yeah, nice speed.
Perfect speed.
This 9 ball, all that stands in the way of a tied match here. 2-2 now is our score.
These poor European girls, I was talking to Charles with Ultimate Team Gear, and he said, I forgot that the European sizes are different. Like a small in Europe is a equivalent to an extra small or whatever in the U.S. So they're both swimming in their beautiful Ultimate Team Gear jerseys.
Yeah, don't you love those jerseys? I mean, seriously, are they not the most comfortable and classy looking? They got a real youthful, energetic look to them. A lot of times performance wear is that's just a name. It doesn't really breathe or anything. It's not even anything. They just try to sell it as something. But these are actually quite functional beyond being beautiful.
Fashion and function. They completely have raised the bar for the billiard industry, and classy.
Two is our score. Serena Black will be breaking. It's always nice to be productive from the break, and I didn't chart every match, but the Europeans have broken run out quite a few more times than we have thus far. I only remember a couple breaking run outs by us. In these races to 6, when they're fairly evenly matched, the only way to distinguish yourself is to not have to gunfight each rack and separate yourself by winning a rack or two where the other team didn't even get a play.
Right.
And then if you just go 50-50 in the other ones, you're a good measure ahead. Oh, we have a legal break, but she didn't make a ball, so.
I like the way she broke those, though. A little more square, less cut. Cut break always makes me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to nail it. It either looks great or it just looks sloppy.
Right. It takes a lot of work to affect even a medium speed break. You really have to get the timing and accuracy together. And it was proven to me, Shane Van Moning was teaching the rest of the Mosconi Cup team how to break, and he would show them and tell them and point to the spot to hit, but nobody could hit it as often as Shane did because he works on it 2 hours every day.
Right, that 10,000 hour rule.
Oh, and that's a nice hit. Look at that shot. Good control.
Well struck.
Good control. Irrespective if there's a window there, he handled the cue ball quite nicely because a lot of power on the 1, very little power on the cue ball, and trickled over there. Didn't quite, maybe perfectly get it wedged behind the 7, but great attempt. And maybe he did. And Ryan's not sure which way he wants to go here. It's going to go just below the side pocket. And that's a hard luck scratch. Yeah, hard. Hit the top of the 1 and scratch straight in the pocket, not likely. Bigger margin of error to pocket the 1 in that pocket than there would be with a scratch in that pocket. Diana made a great shot on the 9-ball left-handed. She's just as smooth. No, really. Last night she did. It was remarkable.
She did. I saw that, yes.
It was a tough shot, too, and she just switched hands just effortlessly, like she just plays just as good.
Right. It's like Ronnie O'Sullivan or something.
Yeah. Now, is English one of her secondary languages?
It is.
Yeah.
I think it is for all of them. I think they all speak English.
I've not got to know them much, but they all seem like they have pleasant personalities, you know. So.
And a lot of our U.S. players who've gone to Worlds have gotten to know a lot of them as well.
And just like you said, Sam, the shot clock wasn't going to be an issue for Team Europe. Play a very up-tempo game.
They have a really good way of not losing their own rhythm and style, these playing together.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if they play together on a more frequent basis than just this event, because they do seem very, very comfortable with Scotch doubles format, whether they play together that way, like the 2 of these players, or they played Scotch doubles with others, but
right.
They do seem comfortable.
These 2, I don't know if they do, but the other 2 from the last round, they're from the same hometown, and I know they played together quite frequently.
Well, very nice run out there. Europe retakes the lead, 3-2. We're going to have a short timeout now.
My name is Ryan Ponton. I'm 19 years old from Bradley, Illinois, and my favorite player is Johnny Archer.
My name is Krystian Ćwiko. I'm 17. I'm from Poznań, Poland. My favorite player is Mateusz Śniegocki.
Hello, my name is Diana Kodjaeva. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Brussels, Belgium, and my favorite player is Kelly Fisher.
My name is Serena Black. I'm 17 years old from Warrensburg, Illinois, and my favorite pool player is Allison Fisher.
Okay, we're back now. 3-2 Europe. Team USA needs to mount a little surge here, reinvigorate the audience. Diana Kodjaeva will be breaking. Cue ball got away. This is going to be an illegal break, despite the fact that the one ball went into the side. That now means...
I think we're going to see a push out here, Mark.
I think we're going to see a slight delay here, just getting this rack off the table.
It's like 3 balls.
Right. But yeah, I think they're going to pass this shot back.
Oh, this is a nice quote. May I read your quote from the program? This is very nice. Mark Wilson.
Right.
You will never regret working much harder than you ever have and harder than you thought that you were capable. When you look back upon this experience, do not wish that you would have trained harder.
I learned that the hard way. The first Mosconi Cup. Thought I was ready. But yeah. Well, I fully do not understand what the delay is here because there's, you have to pass it back. You surely wouldn't even play a jump shot. There's nothing on the 3.
Right.
And they're going to be forced to push out or play a high-risk shot.
Now, this is interesting. I mean, would it have been better to take the shot and play the push out or let them push out?
Well, you're always the underdog when you push out, so you would not want to push out if you weren't forced to.
I guess you're right.
They're talking about pushing out to a cross-corner bank. No, they're talking about, what are they doing? To move the 9.
Oh, not
okay.
Sure.
That opens that up. Because there's not a lockdown safety here, I don't think I would shoot. I don't think I would make them make the play, even if they get safe on me. Because if you mess this up and lose from here, you feel really dumb. Yeah, that's not strong enough. I would have made them play that shot myself, because even if they don't choose to play offense, they can handle the 2 ball quite nicely from here. I think she might bank it straight down the table where the cue ball's at now and put the cue ball behind the 8 from here, and that looks fairly routine. And even though she didn't get the 2 ball,
right,
yeah, actually this is going to work out pretty good.
She got the cue ball in the right place, and that's all that mattered.
Yeah. But that's one of those things that experience of, I've messed it up a lot of times, so I recognize the percentage play was not quite as strong one way versus the other. Well, they earned ball in the hand from that safety.
They've had a little work to do here.
Yeah,
from
quite a
the
little
2
bit.
to the 3.
The 5 and 8 is not that easy.
Right.
There's a lot of clutter that the cue ball could easily bang into here along the way. Yeah, this would be a testimonial to good play here. If they can negotiate these balls, that's pretty high level play. Because there's a lot of work. This is far from a routine rack. Hey, Christian's a little disappointed. He got awkward on this for sure.
Might see another safety here. No, I think she's going for it.
And just try to billiard the 6 with the cue ball and just settle it there. Cut it in the side. No, she drew
Wow.
back. Yeah, great stroke. Confidently played.
He's very confident. Yeah, they still have the 5 to deal with.
And and she's recommending a combination, and you really need to be on the right angle for this. You need to get pretty straight on that, otherwise it really plays difficult. If you get perfect, it plays pretty routine. If you get just even the hint off angle, it's super difficult. How's the speed? That's not going to be great.
It's a little wonky.
Well, and the problem is that she's very short. You know, it's not quite so bad for me. I can reach that, but she's going to need the bridge, I think. She's talking about playing safe. Not even going for it. This is right at the point where most married couples start arguing, just so you know, Sam.
Fully aware.
These guys aren't married. That's why they're getting along. So.
Right. That's why it still works.
Yeah, she's playing safe, I can tell. The way she's queuing up on this. Look at that shot clock just stays at 12. We're joking around because our camera froze up here and we did not get to see, but it was clearly a defensive play. All right, Ryan's got a kick shot here. This is one of these. This is really dicey here. It's hard to play any kind of a shot other than just hit the ball 3 cushions or 2 cushions or no cushions.
Bummer. I think that puts them on 2, no?
Yeah, it probably does. But that's really the least of their problem, you know? Just because they open layout. They should hope they get another chance to kick. Sam's cracking me up here. We're getting a little slap happy.
Mark's getting a little loopy. Back-to-back commentary.
Top spin back down to the middle of the table now from the 6, it looks like.
I think just middle of the table for every
Yeah, right.
one of these.
This is really the only iffy transition. Everything else plays so routine. Even if you got a little off angle, it's still very you can deal with it. Cleanly pocketed. Looks like they fell straight enough that she can just draw back. And now Christian has the 9-ball straight in. This for Europe's 4th win, and they lead the match 4-2. You know, really, there's a Rick Donner and Ricky Bryant have did a thankless job all week and did it credibly. Not been any issues. We had a match earlier where it was interesting for the determination of the head string. They brought out a laser beam. Were you here for that?
No, I was not.
No, it was very, very close call as to whether it was in or out, and they used a laser beam, which that was my first occasion to visit that. Technology in use at a pool match. I thought that was fascinating.
So is it the base of the ball or the edge of the ball?
Never ask your co-commentator something he doesn't know, because now you force me to lie because I don't want to look dumb. So I'm going to say base of the ball.
You watched it.
Well, it's hard to tell from here what they were looking at, you know.
Okay.
I am sequestered back here in this little
All right.
stalag.
I thought there were no excuses, but I understand.
But nonetheless, it was interesting use of technology that I had not seen at a pool match before.
Wow.
So.
Resourceful.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're great. I couldn't do what they do. Keep track of the shot clock and the flip and the extensions and
fouls.
When to start the clock.
That's right.
There's just 2 of them.
Keep the arena under control. Yeah. Okay, Ryan Ponton breaking. I like his eye pattern here. That's strong. Aiming is such an important part of breaking. It's not just brute force. 1 ball found the pocket.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is a shame here that this is going to be an illegal break, but he hit them quite well.
He did.
That's the other component of this rule, is that people that are not familiar, they see a ball go in, and then they say, well, why is he not shooting? Because a couple people in the audience asked me, and I said, well, I didn't see. And well, I said, the 3 balls got to go across the head string. And the guy goes, well, they did. And I go, well, the referee and the player accepted it, so I think they didn't, but didn't really want to argue about it. But he was, passionate and curious and interested and just didn't understand. He wasn't being negative in any way. Looks like she's queuing up to play a safety. That worked out all right. Looks like Serena Black's considering taking on the 2 ball here as the shot clock winds down. No, she's playing safe. Oh, well done.
That was well done. Very good.
If you were the coach of Team USA, what would you say to your players going into this match?
I don't
Sam?
think that was on the list of pre-questions.
Oh, I'm
for me
sorry.
to
Oh, you looked. Okay. Well, it's over here.
preemptively- That was not nice.
Sorry. I did the same thing to you then. I would tell them to pretend that the match is hill as opposed to 0-0, and just
Oh.
play and fight like it means everything, you know. And even though we're well behind, don't worry about trying to win all the matches. Just trying to win this one rack, and remember to have to enjoy yourself.
Sure.
It's a great opportunity. You've earned your way here, and you deserve it. Don't second guess yourself and doubt and feel like you're letting the whole team down.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Or we could go like the famous Seattle Pilots losingest baseball manager of all time, and he would say, "Pound that Budweiser and get him tomorrow." That was his battle cry. I never forgot that. I always thought that was so, because it is dumb to go out there and say throw strikes. How does that help? As Ryan messes up just a little bit on his defensive play.
I'm not so sure. Do you think that was a defensive shot?
Yeah, he was.
It was, okay.
Or else he miscued. And that's really a testimonial when you try to move both balls on the table, how they can really conspire against you. Adds difficulty so much, you know. That's why the pros try to just move one or the other with a stop shot or control the object ball totally and move the cue ball. Well, Team USA desperately needs an unforced error from Europe here. Good shot there.
They're so disciplined.
They are. Diana really examined twice where she wants the cue ball, what type of an angle she wants to provide her partner. She overran it just a little bit, but it's still eminently doable.
Right. Bad plan is better than no plan.
Yeah, and this is good. I mean, he can handle this effortlessly.
Sure.
He's free of the cushion. Well, this is just what Team USA needed, was an unforced error, but they're not going to get much of a shot. But the alternative was bad. The alternative was worse if he makes that ball. I think we're going to see a jump shot, to tell you the truth.
Tried to do a little too much with that 7 ball there.
Extension used.
Well, it's a full ball jump, but with distance.
Mm-hmm. And it's a fairly heavy hit on the 7, so she might be able to keep the cue ball on the table.
Yeah, thought maybe she needed to elevate just a little bit more.
These are the little 3-ball outs that you think you should always get, but sometimes if you mess up and under pressure like this, they're ever so important that you make sure you get out from here, ball in hand. She couldn't have played that any better. Worked the cue ball very close.
Straight up
Well,
cue ball.
it's going to be good. And that is Europe's 5th win. They lead the match 5-2, and they are now, this is, what would you say, set game. Match game.
Yeah, U.S. really needs to a miracle here.
Yeah, they have to win 4 racks in a row.
On Europe's break. Should we thank some sponsors or anyone while we're...
Well, sure, we should. Of course. Simonis for sure. Brad Scuffer, Conley Tables. Skip Nemisek of Master Chalk is with us. AZ Billiards. Aramith.
Aramith, of course. Billiard Congress of America.
How about a little Akasi hybrid? Not to mention the European Pocket Billiard Federation and the Billiard Congress of America. Those are the people that really make these things happen. There's McDermott Hughes. Billiard Education Foundation. Naturally, that's Sam Dieppe right there. Okay, here we go. Christian Svikla breaking. This is match game for Europe. 2 balls went on the break. 3 balls went on the break.
Wow.
What kind of a shot are they going to have here? Looks like they're going to get a shot on the 2.
A great shot on the 2.
And really, Diana does not have to bring the cue ball back that far. If she could just bring it back a foot even, just to make sure she makes this one, they have a great chance to break and run out. And that's pure class to close out the match with a break and run out. She hit that nice, didn't she, Sam?
They both shoot those jacked up. Both girls last night I watched had some really nice elevated cue shots.
It not only comes from familiarity and a lot of playing time to be able to hit those that confidently. That was a confident stroke where she accelerated right straight through the cue ball.
Keep their body nice and still. Follow through nice and straight.
Hit the heart of the pocket there. Christian has kind of a funny technique too, because his chin's in front of the cue when he shoots, and his arm is crooked off to the side, bent in the front. You don't, but very comfortable. I mean, very familiar with doing it, but less than optimum mechanics, but certainly effective if you'll train hard enough. Didn't really want to drift the cue ball into the cushion there, but better than finding the side pocket.
Just getting a little giddy.
Yeah. Christian takes his time. This is match ball. Going to go ahead and use his extension wisely. This is the point where you can lose your timing on your stroke or your rhythm here. Slow backswing straight through the cue ball. That's the key. And perfect. Europe clinches the match here. And Sam, do you have any closing thoughts here?
No, I think, just like you said, even though the U.S. may not have taken the victory, this event itself was a win-win for everyone involved in our industry, and looking forward to next year.
Well, Sam, you really did a great job. It was a pleasure having you sit in, and I know you're kind of a tireless worker around here, but you filled many hats here in this. So I want to thank everybody else for sitting in and listening to us. That is our time for this time. Until next time, so long.
Take care.